we go. Testing 1, 2. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting something now. Testing 1, 2.
Are you happy if I spend $100 and then buy new printers, Car? You've got no printer.
We need it.
Thank you.
They just put the puck back in the middle. Yep, just talking now. Talk into it for a bit.
Just waiting.
Rabbit frog jumps over the log.
Just waiting for the game to restart. They're having a referees meeting. Oh, maybe it's a timeout by a team timeout. Black or white, I can't tell. And we're ready to restart. Tassie Vic Elite Women. And away they go. Tassie got it out going wide.
Let's go with that. Afternoon, sports fans. Welcome to this Game 1 of the 2021 Australian Underwater Hockey National Championships. All 15 of our concurrent viewers, look at us go. It's hitting viral status. Well, we've cracked up to 16. If you are watching, and you can just pop in the chat to say that you can hear the sound, that'd be great to know that I'm not just entertaining myself with the commentary here. So you've got the Vic women here up against the Tassie women, and it looks to me that the score is currently 3-0, and I'm going to do my best to update the scoreboard. He hasn't got the text loaded into here, so I'm not going to be able to update the scoreboard. Sorry, sports fans. That'll have to come in next game once Sean has finished. My streaming expertise runs back to 2017, and that was a long time ago. So it looks like Tassie at the moment in control of this first half. Switching the puck across in the middle there, a bit of a drive up the middle, but looks like Chucky there working hard to stop that switch. As we see a bit of a tussle going on, a bit of a breakdown. Alice, the honey badger there, coming away with the puck, chipping it out to Sasha on the wall. Bit of a blind spot there. A bit of Sasha's key skill there, swimming into the blind spot and hiding from everyone. As the Tassie girls put that back into the corridor. Good lurking there from the Victorian defence, though, sweeping that one out and clearing that into the blind spot once more. As we see Zoe Canavan there, the Canavan of courage, coming in from behind the play. Puck's in a bit of a dangerous spot here for Victoria as they try and sweep that out. It looks like the slash and grab of the honey badger ferociously driving through the middle there. Everyone comes to the surface. The referees are signalling a goal, and it looks like a goal to... I can't see a number. No, it's been relayed out, but we've missed it. That making it 4-0 here with... What do you reckon, Ian? Yeah, it looks like maybe a 1 or a 2 minute on the clock there. Nearly half time here in this game 1. Very lucky to be able to have Nationals running. It's great to have so many people who have taken the risk and made the commitment to come along. Sadly, we lost 2 of our Queensland teams at the 11th hour. As the game gets back underway here, Tassie winning the strike. The Honey Badger chipping it back to her halfback there. Looks like Phoebe Stewart working up the wall, met with a staunch defence of Chucky. As the Victorian team manages to put a bit of pressure on and move this puck up the wall there. We've got a call on the surface. Half time. Change ends is what the referees are signalling. As I look around the pool deck, it's good to see so many teams have managed to make it. There's a lot of juniors here this year, which is excellent. We're in the process of just finalising getting things sorted, so we will have more commentators, more streaming, more information to get out to everyone who hasn't been able to make it. In the other court, we've got the South Australia Masters against the Queensland Masters. It looks to be, I think the Queensland Masters may be up 1-0 at this stage in what is a hard-fought game in there. Queensland Masters sadly a bit depleted due to COVID-19 stealing half their players. Got Ian Barnes-Keegan here on the switching box here with me. He's a veteran from the 2017 Worlds campaign. He finds himself being dragged along to the pool again by his son, who has traded to New South Wales, sadly, at this stage. Much to Ian's disgrace as he shakes his head. Looks like Todd giving some sage advice to the Victorian women's team there. The opposite end, Nath Whelan's doing some excellent gesticulating. There's a lot of it looks to be kind of pull the puck back and hold onto it, move it around, gesturing going on. Nath, a big fan of the tuck and drive approach to hockey, and that seems to be what he's gesticulating to his team at the moment. Still putting the streaming gear from 2017 to good use, which is good to see. Hopefully the teams will get a chance to review their games. Obviously in the women's division, only 3 teams this year. Victoria, New South Wales and Tassie, all fielding state teams. So they will be competing for the national championships, those 3 teams. They're playing a triple round robin, so they get a good chance to know their opposition playing each other 3 times over the course of the 3 days. And then the top 2 teams will fight it out for a grand final on Tuesday next week in this slightly shortened 4-day nationals comp. We've shortened it back a day, but we have packed in plenty of games. So in that women's division, they'll be playing 6 games over those 3 days. And then there's a semi-final on that Monday afternoon and a final on the Tuesday. So an 8-game 4-day is a lot of energy to be expelled by these teams. As what do we see in the Masters Court? Queensland put that one in? Ooh, Queensland putting in a second goal against South Australia there. Sean Hartley will be very happy to see that, as he was desperately trying to poach a few extra Queensland Masters. They can hear me, I hear in the comments. That's unfortunate for you, but good for me, I suppose. As the game gets back underway here in Court 1, the Tas Elite Women leading the Vic Elite Women at halftime 4-0. You have the Tassie Elite Women going from left to right on your screen in the white caps and green togs. And you have the Vic Women going from right to left with the black caps and the rainbow togs. As the buzzer goes, it's a free puck for Victoria. Here in the broadcasting booth, our view is somewhat obscured of Court 1, so I'll do my best to keep track of the referee calls for you, but no above water cameras, as that's an expense too far for this tournament at the moment. as Vic take that and send it into the ruckus in an attempt to drive to the tray. It's been swept to the side. And Victoria still have control of the puck though. Nice little slide pass there in towards. Good, strong, angry driving from the outside wing. But it's been swept away by the Tasmanian player. And now there's a little bit of a counter-attack going on down the far wall here. Looks like the distinctive kicking style of Eliza Game making that little breakout there. Reloaded out to the wing. That seemed to be the dulcet pullback of Hannah Robert Tissot maybe. As the Gangle lurks on the bottom, as Victoria finding a little bit of aggressive presence there, but it's the Honey Badger who clears that one up in the centre. Hannah does some good shepherding of, that might be Nat Slippery Wickham there, is it? Yeah, no, I don't think it is actually. Apologies to that person for confusing you with slips. But that is definitely Chucky in there now, battling it out on the wall. As I see pink snorkeled Nina Barry-McCauley come flying in. Hannah there holding it up on the wall, dropping it back to, I think that's a Gabrielle Larson there, who tries to lay it off to a fullback maybe? I'm not sure who that was. As we get another call, I see waving arms, I see buzzers, I see an obstruction against Victoria in that instance has been the referee call. It did look like the hair-clad arms of Reece Quilford there, making those gesticulations as the referee as the puck gets loaded up again. Looks like Dan Hunt there taking the free puck, chipping it past her through to her wing as Victoria scramble to try and cover off a bit of a drive here from Tasmania. Good numbers trying to get in behind the puck. Everyone's down and lurking. Referee putting themselves in a lovely spot there. And Victoria, solid defence, clearing that one wide to the far wall on the opposite side from the broadcast booth. A little bit hard to see on that far wall from this camera, but it appears to be the Vics to set up their defensive rotation nicely as they try to drive this one out, taking a bit of a 45 across. Turns into a bit of a ruckus there in the middle. That's solid, aggressive defending from Chucky. She tries to get in underneath Hannah there and managed to hit the puck out. Looks like Dan Hunt collects. Chips it to no avail as Tassie reload. Good bottom time from the Victorian forward there, staying down to not only make the initial tackle but then screen the next one. As no one's really sure what's going on now. Hannah pulls that one back. There's a bit of a wrestle. There's a chip and finish. We'll go to the referees on the surface. Looks to be a goal signalled. So that'll be number 5, Hannah Robert Tissot putting that one in, I believe, with those gangly arms, managing to reach through and tuck it into the corner of the tray. What we got? We got 15 concurrent viewers on the Masters Court and 18 on the women's game. So far, the women's game more popular than the South Australian Queensland Masters game. Score in that court, I believe Queensland in control now. 2 or 3 goals up. 2 goals up is the call I'm getting. As play kicks off again here in court 1. Strike 1 by Victoria, chipped out to the wing. That looks like Nina Barry-McCauley there, leaving that one for Chucky, the halfback. And we've got a signal on the surface. Must have been breaking. That's the only thing I can think. What do we got? Nothing. Can't see. No. Ben on the side. The Barbarians reffing this game as we've seen the puck go back to the middle of the pool. So it's going to be breaking and it's going to be against Tasmania from the looks of it. Due to COVID and managing our risk in this tournament, we probably haven't flown in as many referees as we normally would. Also, our access to the pool of refs across the Trans-Tasman very limited, which we usually rely on quite a bit for nationals to get that impartial third-party refereeing happening. So teams are all digging deep and getting into ref 2 or 3 games a day, which will be good experience for some of the players who haven't had to do that over the past decade. We've been quite spoilt with the number of referees. As strong drive from Victoria here. Up that far wall. Looks to be defending numbers behind the puck, but it's spilled through and it's been swept out by the last back there. As the puck's swept out to the far wall. Tassie now with a few numbers chipping it down. Nice curl and steal from the Victorian fullback there. Looks to chip it out to the half, but it's been intercepted by the Tassie captain, Hannah, there, as she drops it back to the halfback, who looks for the swerve inside and meets a very solid defence from Victoria there. And we're going to see a stick infringement against the desperate Tasmanian forward there that was trying to make that move. Sorry, the stick infringement by the desperate Tasmanian forward. And a Victorian free puck here on about the halfway line over here on the sub-bench side, closest to the broadcasting booth. Victoria, looks like Amy Barry-McCauley there, taking that one towards the central corridor and chipping it into the melee as we go into the blind spot. The vortex, the Bermuda Triangle, the room of doom. Nobody knows anything could be happening in there. As we see a lot of bouncing up and down. I hear the buzzer. I see some waving around of arms. Looks to be a Tasmanian free puck. Victorians making life hard for the commentator, all wearing matching fins. Some of them got their numbers on there, which is handy, but they're all the same colour, making it difficult to see. And a lot of pink snorkels, which also makes it hard to discern who is who. As we see Chucky, one of the pink snorkel bandits, coming in. The Honey Badger dispossessing and making the drive there. Phoebe Stewart lurking in behind. Phoebe obviously playing for Victoria at the last few Nationals, returning to her home state of Tasmania. There's a bit of a move to the corridor here as Tasmania does a bit of a forward line switch. Victoria well and truly covering that, taking possession and moving the puck to the side. Lovely pullback and move into the centre. Good possession by Victoria there, maintaining the puck. Waiting for support to come down as they reload with numbers up the far wall. About 7 or 8 metres off the Tasmanian defensive back wall now. Victoria pushing, but it's been weaseled out by a Tasmanian player who's then got it across. Looks to be the... No, that's Eliza Game there. The kick to be recognised as Phoebe Stewart tries the soft pullback approach. Works for her this time. Loads it towards the centre corridor. As the Tassie wing there trying to make a bit of a push, but losing possession to a well-placed Victorian back. As Victoria reload up the wall. Some fast swimming there from the Victorian back trying to make a break. Honey Badger now has it in a dangerous zone for the Honey Badger. She's right in that central corridor. There's a bit of a ruckus going on as a couple of subs come across from the Victorian sub-bench. In water subbing here as per the 2017 World setup. As we wrestle to and fro, neither team taking control of the game here in this second half. Score 4-0 in the favour of Tasmania at the moment, but it's a 0-all second half at the moment as Victoria have managed to fill a couple of those gaps that came together in the first half. A bit of a reload looking here as players looking for the sub-bench. Another little melee in the middle of the pool, and once again, it's the Honey Badger that comes out with it. But to no avail as Victoria calmly sweep it out of the centre corridor across the side. Another good pullback from that far side Victorian player. We've seen a few of those now. As looking to keep the puck in the corridor here, Amy Barry-McCauley bravely honey badgering the Honey Badger in that instance and making it through. And she's found support in a forward there. But ultimately the Honey Badger gets it and sweeps it out to her sub-bench. Chucky looking for a sub there. Nice gentle swim back, no rush, plenty of time. As we see the sculpted rear end of Reece Quilford there, keeping a close eye on the play in that signature rare pink mask of his. His hand goes in the air. He had a perfect view of that one, just as we had a perfect view of his glutes. As it looks like a free puck against Tasmania. I'm going to hazard a guess gloving on the wall. That looked to be the obvious one there. And Tassie pushed back. Let's see what Vic can make of this free puck. the last couple, we've seen them push the 45 towards the corridor. I believe we might have a timeout called here, as Todd pulling his team together for some words of wisdom to try and fire them up for this last portion of the game. What do you reckon, Ian? 5 minutes left? Can't be much more than that, so a bit over halfway through this second half. 5-0 the scoreline. Is it 5-0? It's 3. Yeah, I thought it was 3, but yeah. Look, I'm taking a punt 50 metres away to a, 6-inch high number, so it's definitely, it's not 1, yeah, 3-0. 3-0. Oh, and we've had camera 5 get kicked. Which one's that? That's the back wall corner. We might go and get someone to sort that one out. And we're back, sports fans, just adjusting the camera there that had been knocked during that timeout. Thanks to Stuart McCullum for jumping in and fixing that one up for us, as looks to be the number 8, Zoe Canavan there, moving that one across, recycling with Chucky, flipping it in under the sub-bench as the refs call something. It's a foul against Victoria at this stage. Missed the signal on that one, sorry sports fans. As they tee up for the free puck. Looks like Dan Hunt chipping that in. Easily swept out by Nina Barry-McCauley there. As the nail biter in the other court. South Australia, is it? Putting in a goal just on the buzzer there to win 3-2. As here in this court, can't quite see the clock because Ben's standing in front of it. But Victoria working hard here. They've had a really good second half after going 3-0 down in the first half. We've got a 0-all second half here. As we see Zoe there lurking. And we've got a call. We're within the last 2 minutes because the clock has stopped on the far court. And it's an equal puck being signalled. As we get ready to play here off the equal puck. Right on the edge of our vision there. Looks to be in Victoria's favour, that one. As we get a gentle push down the world. Yes, Colin. Yes, the comments,
Well, they go.
they don't go on the screen, but they're sitting in the chat next to it.
No,
Yeah.
but I'll probably call goal before it happens on the video feed. But I'm not sure.
Quite possibly. There is a couple of second delay between the two, but whether the feed gets the same delay, I'm not sure.
Every time I type it, it's
As the Tassie women trying to put together a bit of a drive here, but good defence by Victoria, keeping numbers behind the puck here in this second half. As they reload to the fullback there, Dan, good numbers from Tassie driving towards the centre of the tray, but stout defence by Victoria, and it's been swept wide. Once again, Quilford in the perfect spot to pick up the action. As Hannah comes in, tries to reload to the fullback, but Nina sitting in exactly the right spot. Probably having played with Hannah a lot, Nina would read that one like a book. As we've got a signal in the near side here by Quilford. And it's going to be a Victorian free puck. We must be getting very close to the end. As the puck's set up, Victoria taking it, working towards their numbers. Play is shut down on the wall there. Looks like we're within the last minute. In fact, it could be the last 10 seconds. Tassie looking to bring it off the wall. Buzzer goes. That will be full time. Thanks for watching. Final score 3-0 Tasmanian Elite Women over Victorian Elite Women here in this Game 1 of the 2021 Australian National Underwater Hockey Championships.